Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second ever BSGL Finals. We are about ready to go as the Orlando Apollos are set to take on this home Minnesota Moose. I am excited. It's been a long wait. It's been a long time since we've had a finals game here in the BSGL. There are the starting lineups for tonight. I'll be giving you live coverage, live play-by-play of the whole game. This is prime time, baby. As here's the tip, and Oakley wins it. The Apollos will start with the ball in those flashy orange uniforms. As Blue has it top of the key, gives it right back to Hart, and we are underway. The screen from Felder. Hart now into the corner. Over to Oakley, who's got the mismatch on Mix. He gets a screen, pulls up in the mid-range, and misses it. Farmer with his first rebound. Banks now giving it up to Hanlon. Hanlon getting stopped by Brown. He's going to lose it, and Oakley comes up with a steal. Oakley now pushing it the other way. Hanlon the only man in his way. Little off balance, little lay-in over Hanlon, and he gets it to fall. And just like that, we have our first points here in the finals, and it belongs to Hayden Oakley. Shemy Mix now with the ball for the Moose, giving it up to Banks. Banks driving, mid-range pull-up, and he got it. Joe Banks with the first field goal for the Moose, as it is 2-2. As those commentators are not right, it is just little old me up here in the booth here today. MJ Hart looking around, trying to get something set up as Felder comes around. Now Blue comes off a screen. He's got it. He's going to get a screen from Oakley inside. Nice layup over Banks, and he gets it to fall as the Apollos pounding the paint here early. As you can see, Blue has been a big help for this finals run, averaging 14.6 on near 50% shooting. Is now Mix driving inside, giving it up to Gilbert, and an easy 2 points on the inside for this star for the Moose, Cy Gilbert. Brown now bringing it up for the Apollos here in the target center. Brown looks around, drives in, getting inside on Hanlon near the free throw line. He's going to whip it over to Hart on the baseline. Hart getting a screen from Oakley, a little bit of congestion. Now he's getting doubled. He's going to go to Oakley in the corner, who's open for three, and he missed it. Just did rim out. Gilbert now with the rebound, bringing it up. Hart's going to stop him, so he goes right around him inside, and he will knock down the layup. It hung up on the rim for a good second or two, but Gilbert has it fall, and the Moose lead for the first time. Still plenty of time here in the first quarter. Here's Hart giving it up to Blue, who's pretty open top of the key. Elects not to shoot, now driving inside, gets doubled by Gilbert and Banks, and he misses the layup. Rebound goes to Gilbert, who is quickly pushing it the other way. He's going to drop it inside to Farmer for the two-handed jam. A nice play there from Gilbert as he went coast to coast and gave it up to his big man, who throws it down. 4-8 now. As Brown brings it up again, he does a little spin move around. Hanlon getting caught up inside to Felder with the reverse jam. Brown drew a ton of attention from the Moose defense, had three people defending him, and found Felder for that easy slam. Nice playmaking there from Brown as now Mix has it. He's looking around for Gilbert. Gilbert with an open three, but it looks like his foot was on the line. No good, but Farmer there to clean it up yet again. He is a rebounding machine, and Oakley's going to have to box him out better if they want to win this series. And here's Hart giving it up to Felder. Felder way outside, going to give it to Oakley near the mid-range. He goes into Hart, who goes up and is swatted away by Mix. Hanlon comes up with the ball. Bringing it now the other way is Hanlon after that huge rejection from Mix as he's getting some screens. He's now working on Felder. Goes inside, and that one's blocked away by Felder. Blue snatches it up, now goes to Oakley, who's got a one-on-one fast break with Banks. He goes up on the layup. No good. Good defense from Banks, who grabs the rebound and brings it the other way. Still fast-paced action here so far. Banks looking around, going to go to Gilbert, who's guarded by Hart. Around the free throw line into Farmer, who is fouled from behind by Oakley, and he will head to the line for two. Farmer's been all over the place here so far in the early going as he heads to the line. Averaging 14.7 points and 11.5 rebounds this playoffs. He has been, or that was his season numbers, I'm sorry. Just incredible numbers for the big man. Very underrated big man here in the BSGL as Felder will inbound after both free throws are good. Brown now to bring it up. Already doubled up are the Apollos at 6-12. Brown inside to Oakley for an easy right-handed jam, and it's back down to a 4-point game. As you can see, Hayden Oakley improve on his points per game numbers and average just about 0.1 less blocks, but very consistent so far through his first 2 years in league action. So here's Farmer working on Oakley in the mid-range. Looking around, maybe traveled. He's moved quite a bit of space there without dribbling, as Mix somehow gets inside around Hart and finishes with the right hand. A nice finish from Mix, not usually known for finishing around the rim, as now Oakley is going to bring it up for the Apollos as the big man, as they just get it across and call timeout. And it looks like some subs are going to come in for both teams. But after about, about a little over halfway through the first, the Apollos down 6, and honestly not looking good. So here we are out of the timeout. McCoy will inbound. He's checked in for Felder as he gives to the rookie Gaines. Was also checked in for Hart. He runs the pick and roll with Oakley. He gives it up to Oakley inside, and Gilbert comes over to help and forces the miss. Now getting the rebound is Gilbert. He's bringing it the other way quickly again. Finds Holmes in the corner for 3, and he missed it. Oakley with the rebound. Now the Apollos on the break. Oakley gives it up to Gaines, who pulls the 3 fresh off the bench. Had a couple men around him, and he knocks it down. An easy, well, not easy 3, but a nice looking shot there from the rookie Gaines. As you can see that he has done much better at home, especially in his percentage and scoring-wise, than he has on the road, as Gilbert knocks down a nice mid-range jumper to extend the lead back to 5. McCoy, Appling, and I don't know who I can't remember 41's name right now, all checked in for the Apollos. As Gaines is going to pull another one. That one in the corner is off, as Holmes, Love, Benningfield, and Kellogg have all checked in for the Moose. Everybody but the Stars are left on the floor for both teams, as now Love working on Appling. Going to give it up to Gilbert. Gilbert in the mid-range gives it right back to Love. A nice play as he cut inside. A gorgeous play. So that is Peters, who has checked in as well for the Apollos. He did not play much during the regular season. He definitely did not make much highlights, which is why we did not see much of him and why I'm struggling to figure out who he is. As Appling inside now, working on Gilbert, as he's going to give it out to Oakley in the corner, guarded by Kellogg. He's going to drive right into Gilbert and Kellogg, as that one looks forced in double coverage right around the hoop, as Holmes now has it. Could have probably taken the 3, but elects not to. And now looking for the screen from Kellogg, doesn't get it. Now driving in on McCoy. He's going to go up, and the foul will go on McCoy, so Holmes will head to the line for 2. First free throw for Holmes is good, averaging that nice 11.3 off the bench. Very, very solid 6th man here for the Moose, as both free throws will fall for him. Inside, Gilbert has checked out of the game. Oakley the only starter remaining. Gaines now bringing it up, working on Benningfield at the top of the key. He's going to give over to Peters on the right side. Peters now dribbling, trying to get around as man drives inside and gets it poked away, but Oakley's right there to clean it up. Throws it up with the left hand and is fouled by Robinson, who has checked in for Gilbert. Nice defensive play there from Robinson, except for the foul on Oakley. Of course, just couldn't come up with a rebound. So Oakley is shooting that wonderful, absolutely incredible 96% from the line. Just insane for a big man. He is known for his shooting ability, but has recently been known for finishing inside very, very well. Now Benningfield bringing it up for the Moose. He's driving left on Gaines, going to whip it out to Love on the left wing. Getting a screen from Robinson, now getting doubled by Appling inside. Throws it up with the right hand, and it just does roll out as McCoy comes up with the rebound and brings it the other way. McCoy right around Benningfield. He's going to go up inside, no good. Lefty layup is no good. Kellogg with the rebound. Holmes now bringing it the other way. He's driving on Appling. Going to have to pick it up in the mid-range. Whips it inside to Benningfield, who gets stripped by Gaines, and that is a nice steal from the rookie, as he has a little bit of height mismatch inside, but comes up with the steal, as now he is driving on Benningfield left side, goes up with the layup, and that one's blocked by Kellogg, as that will be the end of the first quarter. The Moose lead Game 1 of the BSGL Finals 20-13, and it's looking like we may have a good one on our hands. So here is Love going to bring it up for the Moose, so they will start with the ball with this in the second quarter. Is Kellogg going to screen? Now Love inside, giving it right back to Kellogg, who goes up and is fouled by Peters. A nice give and go there from Kellogg and Love. So he will now head to the line. First free throw is up and good. Kellogg, second free throw is up, and it will also fall. So 2 for 2 at the line there from Kellogg. And it's a 9-point Moose lead, as Hayden Oakley has still not checked out of this game. The Apollos need to do something differently offensively here if they want to get some more points. They have struggled here so far. So there's Gaines pulling yet another 3. Had a little bit of room there, but maybe rushed it a little bit, as he does miss it. As now Benningfield driving on the right side, going inside against Gaines. A little bit of height difference, and he goes up again and is stripped yet again by Gaines. Gaines whipping it up now to Appling, who's got nobody in his way. Love is going to foul him from behind to prevent the dunk, and Appling will head to the line for 2, but a nice play there from Gaines to get the steal and then find the man open way up court. Probably could have been an easy, looking for an easy bucket in transition, but it wouldn't have been for the foul as Appling knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw for Appling is up and good, no doubt about it, as it's a 7-point game. Benningfield bringing it up the court, the lefty point guard, looking around. Going to go over to Love on the right side. Love looking around, guarded by Appling, going to go into Robinson. Was guarded by Peters. Robinson, a little turnaround fadeaway, no good. And Appling now bringing it the other way after the rebound by Oakley. Appling a little hesitation move, now going to have to pick it up in the mid-range. He's got nowhere to go. Finally gives it up to Gaines in the corner. A lot of congestion over there, a lot of jerseys. As now Gaines just going to put up the mid-range jumper, and it will not fall. He had a little bit of space, but could not quite knock it down. As Holmes going to give it up to Love in the corner. Love right back to Holmes inside, who goes straight up with the layup. No good. Some good defense from McCoy, who gives it up to Gaines after his rebound. Gaines working on Benningfield. Going to fire up another 3, and it's a no good. Maybe a little trigger happy, a little antsy here in game 1. Of course, of his first finals, of any of these guys' first finals. As after that layup, the Moose go up 9. Big time shot. As with 5:15 to go, it is almost a double-digit game. As Gaines looking around, going to get a screen from Oakley. He's driving left. Around Benningfield, step back in the mid-range, no good! And an offensive putback from Hayden Oakley, but they're going to call offensive interference. They're going to say it was not quite off the rim, so a little bit of bad luck there for Oakley. I don't really know if I agree with that call myself, but nonetheless, they will not get any points as Mix is now checked back into the game for Moose. He's going to go out to Hanlon, who's also checked back in, along with Farmer and Banks. Is now Hanlon, his little baseline J, no good. Robinson, the rebound. He goes up and is fouled by McCoy, as the Moose have already gotten quite a few offensive rebounds. As Robinson will head to the line, the lefty center. First one falls for Robinson. He can make it an 11-point game with this one, and he will as it falls through. 15-26, as they are now 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Very good shooting here early from the Moose at the charity stripe. As here is Hart, who is checked back in, giving it to Blue, and he's going to knock down the 3. Had a little bit of room. He's been knocking them down all playoffs long, and that one had no doubt about it. As Hart, McCoy, Blue, and Peters, I think, have all checked back in to the game here for the Apollos, as all starters on the floor except for Cy Gilbert and Hayden Oakley, who have both checked out. As Hanlon, it's a nice little baby hook right around the free throw line. That one's going to fall. And there you can see the field goal numbers. The Apollos 6 of 19 and the Moose 10 of 17. Very good numbers so far from the Moose, who are really dominating the glass. As Blue had another look at a 3, elects not to take it. Now getting a screen, goes up, inside, no good, but Robinson will get called for the foul, and Blue will head to the line. Both teams still perfect at the line so far, as Blue knocks down his first. Gilbert will check back into the game for the Moose, and right as I said that, Blue is going to miss the free throw. Now the Moose pushing it very quickly in transition. Hanlon driving inside against Brown. He goes up and is also fouled. So a lot of fouls here in the second quarter. As Hanlon heads to the line, his first free throw is good. Hanlon looking for his second, puts it up, and has got it to fall. So the Moose now 10 of 10 at the line and up by 11. Hart bringing it up for the Apollos. Looking around, guarded by Mix. He's got Brown coming up, and now Blue coming up, as Blue's going to get the screen from McCoy, go right around Gilbert, and lay it up and in with the left hand. Some good stuff here from Blue in the second quarter. I believe he has 6, and he has looked good. Maybe the only reason that this isn't more of a blowout and is still just a single-digit game, as Gilbert's going to set the screen for Mix. Now Hart switched on to Gilbert. Mix goes inside, gives it up to Gilbert, who puts it up with the right hand over Felder and Hart. As I was wrong, that is not McCoy. But still now a double-digit lead for the Moose. Here is Brown looking around. Everybody on his team moving around as he gets the screen from Peters going right side. He's going to fire up the 3. Had a little bit of room, no good, and Farmer, of course, coming up with the rebound. And Gilbert is looking to push yet again. He's going to give it up to Banks, who flies in for the jam. And as you could see there, the Apollos with 5 rebounds and the Moose with 17. The huge story of this game so far has been the rebounding. And the Moose have a 13-point lead to show for it as Blue inside yet again. He has taken over here. Scoring-wise for the Apollos in quarter number 2, he's got 10 on the game, and it's an 11-point game as he has been very good here and very efficient. As there's Gilbert driving inside, tried to throw the lob to Farmer, but they were far too close to be having anything work. As now Blue bringing it the other way. They should have a numbers advantage here, but it's not looking like they're going to be able to take advantage as Mix now gets called for the foul on Hart. Of course, both of these teams, neither was in the finals last year since it's just our second ever finals, but neither of these teams were even in the playoffs last year. And that just shows how much better some of these players have gotten, as the Moose really didn't have much help from their draft picks. As now the Moose with another fast break. Hanlon's going to pull a mid-range jumper, and it's no good as Peters comes up with the rebound. The Moose just made a lot of strides chemistry-wise, and of course the Apollos picked up gains and then just got a little bit better as Blue flips in yet another one. He simply cannot miss, as that was a circus shot inside and it falls, making it back to a 9-point game. Here's Gilbert near the top of the key. He's going to run the big man pick and roll with Farmer as he gives it inside, and an easy bucket as Farmer did the last little slip and gets an easy bucket right at the rim. Those two are a deadly big man combo. As now here is Brown looking around. So he had Hanlon try to go for the strip, and he gives it up to Hart inside, and some bad defense from Mix. So maybe he got caught sleeping, and Hart cut right across his face and gets an easy bucket. Pardon me. 27-36 here. Here's Gilbert, top of the key. He's probably had that three all the time. Now getting another screen from Farmer as he goes up. Lefty floater, no good, but gets his own rebound. Pump fake goes up again, no good again. His own rebound again! And finally throws it down with some authority. Got tired of missing little inside floaters or whatever you want to call them, and finally just grabbed it and threw it down right in the face of Peters. Because like I said, they have been all over the glasses. Now same play, Mix gets caught again, and Hart finds another easy bucket right under the goal, and it remains a 9-point game. Mix now looking around for somebody, finds Banks over on the side. Banks, little mid-range pull-up, no good, but guess who's right there to flip it in yet again? It's Vernon Farmer, as the Moose now almost exclusively scoring off second or even third chance points. Here is now Hart bringing it up for the Apollos. Looking around, just 24 seconds left on the clock. He's going to Blue on the right side. He gets a screen from Felder. Blue now driving, going out to Hart. Back to Felder. Now Blue, top of the key, drives inside. 4 seconds on the clock. Mid-range jumper, no good. Farmer there to clean it up, and the Moose now running with 9 seconds to go. Gilbert has it. He's going to give it up to Hanlon in the corner, who, little Euro step, fades away inside. No good. Farmer the rebound. He's going to whip it out to Hanlon, who's open for 3 at the horn, and it rimmed out. A very nice job of Hanlon there to get out there and get some space. He was pretty open, and a nice job from Farmer. Maybe should have just put it up underneath the goal, but a clean look there from Hanlon is missed, and probably a good thing for the Apollos to keep it as it is, as that'll do it for the half. So we are through one half of play as the Moose lead by 11 and have the ball. The big story in the first half is the Moose with 23 rebounds and the Apollos with 6. A huge differential right there, obviously, is now Gilbert inside, giving it up to Farmer, who has 2 men on him, giving it right back to Gilbert as he misses, but guess who's there to clean it up yet again? Right as I was talking about rebounds, Farmer comes up with yet another offensive rebound, and that makes it 24-6, meaning that the Moose have quadrupled the Apollos rebounding, as that has got to change if they want to get back in this game. Now here's Oakley working on Farmer, little crossover, gets him with the pump fake inside and lays it up and in. A gorgeous move there from Oakley. As another thing that the Apollos need to do is maybe shoot a little bit more efficiently and play better defense. The Moose shot 54% in the first half, as there's Hanlon with a spin move going inside. That one's blocked away. A huge block there from McCoy as he sent that one back with some authority. As now Hart with Farmer on him. He has it to Blue. They need to get it into Oakley, who's got the mismatch on Mix. As now Hart, little turnaround mid-range jumper, and he gets it to fall. Hart been shooting pretty well here so far, and it's back to 9 points. But like I said, the Apollos shooting 42% and the Moose shooting 54%. And they have the Apollos have got to get that number lower. And if you're the Moose, you basically just got to keep doing what you're doing. As Gilbert, mid-range jumper, gets it to fall. Absolutely knocked down in the mid-range as him and Blue both have 12 and lead their respective teams in scoring. As now here's Oakley working on Farmer, goes right inside around him with the speed and gets fouled, misses the layup, but will head to the line for 2. And based on that season number, he is going to hit both of them. First one, no doubt. Second one is up and good, and now 10 points for Hayden Oakley of his team's 35. Him and Blue account for 22 of the 35. Cyrus Holmes working on Blue. Nobody really moving now. Gilbert coming over to screen as McCoy switches on to him. Now Gilbert working on Blue inside. He thought about the fadeaway, but throws it away as it will roll out of bounds all the way on the opposite side of the court by the Moose bench. That is a pretty bad turnover for the Moose. Here's a quick look at our league leader in field goal percentage through the playoffs. Rich Mack at the top, Spud Strawberry, Dwight Towers, then Vernon Farmer in 4th. Whoa. Apologize for my coughing fit there as Oakley gets it off the inbound, drives inside, now whipping it out to Gaines, who has checked in, along with Appling, who has it at the top of the key. Appling working on Hanlon, going to give it over to Gaines, who is open for 3, and the rookie sharpshooter knocks it down, making it a 6-point game. He took quite a few threes in the first quarter. I believe he hit 1 of 3 or 4, but still a nice shot there from him to knock down yet another one. As now Gilbert screening for Holmes, as there's yet another switch, and they're looking for Gilbert inside, and they have him as he's going to spin around Blue, put up the little fadeaway off the other shoulder, and even with Peters coming to help, or I think that's McCoy. Gosh dang it, I get all these Apollos big men mixed up. But even with McCoy coming to help, he knocks it down, and not one but 2 men's faces. There's Gaines. A gorgeous bounce pass into Oakley, who throws it down with the right hand as they run the pick and roll to perfection. They are a deadly pick and roll combo in this league, and they showed it right there as here's Hanlon isoing on Appling. He's working on him in the mid-range by the baseline, now bringing it back out to the three-point line on the wing. As he is looking around, he's going to get a screen from Gilbert, goes right off of it, now inside, and he is going to get called, or McCoy is going to get called for the foul after he switched onto him, and he's going to get called for the reach. 3:48 left to go in the third, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson's going to get it into Holmes, who has it in the corner, getting a screen from Robinson, little fadeaway, maybe for 3, maybe for 2, not really sure, but it does not matter, it rims out, and Oakley comes up with the board, now pushing it the other way. Gaines now guarded by Robinson. He's going to step back, thought about the 3, but he pump fakes, now gets double, drops it into Oakley, who's got Hanlon on him. As Oakley, little lefty hook, no good, it rimmed out. He had the mismatch and probably should have just gone at the rim. And now Holmes gets the rebound coming the other way. He's got Blue defending. He's inside, little mid-range pull-up. And it is no good. Blue now bringing it the other way. He's going to spin on Benningfield, going inside, puts it up with the right hand, and it falls for R.J. Blue, who has done the bulk of the work here for the Apollos, and he has them within 4 as they have gone on a huge run here in the third. Hanlon has it now working on Appling. A bunch of dribble moves, but not really going anywhere as he finally gets inside, puts it up with the left hand, and he missed it after getting around Appling on a nice move, and he is cold as Appling brings it inside. Little hop step, goes up and gets it to fall. 2-point game after the bucket from Appling. And now here is Hanlon working on Appling, and we get a little bit of the 2K glitch as the fans chant defense while their team is on offense. Oof. I maybe need to get a glass of water as I continue to cough. There's a miss from the Moose, and Appling bringing it the other way in a huge slam. And that's going to tie the game as the Moose have not scored in the last 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And yeah, you got to expect a timeout here as the Apollos are right back in this game as we are tied up with 2:06 in the third. So Robinson will inbound off of the Moose timeout. He has got Kellogg near half court. He gives it right back to Robinson as they keep throwing it back and forth to each other. And now Holmes has it as the Moose moving it around quite a bit. As Holmes dropping it inside to Benningfield on the same play that the Apollos were using earlier with Hart. And he goes up and over Gaines, who is a serious size disadvantage there, and gets it to fall. Gaines now working as he has brought it up, trying to get around Benningfield. He's going to get a screen. Nobody came out. He fires the three, and it goes off back iron. Robinson, the rebound, who gives it up to Love, who now has a one-on-one with Gaines in the break. He drops it over to Benningfield, and that one's blocked by Blue. Benningfield tried to put it right and up and over Blue, but Blue just a little bit taller than Gaines and swats that one away, as now Appling has it top of the key for the Apollos. Oakley now working on Holmes way outside. I don't know why he's not inside with that size mismatch, but just 4 seconds left on the clock. Now finally driving, goes up and puts it in. Hayden Oakley, with a gorgeous move, finally gets around his man, and his team is shooting 80% here in the third quarter, as they had a horrible first one, and it's just continued to rise since then, as there's a foul called on Appling. I don't really know where. That was definitely an off-ball foul. So Robinson will actually head to the line, as I'm a little confused. I don't know what happened there, that he deserved a free throw. But Appling with a costly mistake there nonetheless, as they lose the lead with less than a minute to go in the third. Benningfield now off the inbound, going to give it over to Banks on the wing, who's been kind of quiet so far this game. Banks looking around. He's going to get a screen from Kellogg, trying to get around Brown. He drives towards the middle, now goes up, and that one's blocked away by Oakley. Oakley now has the ball, bringing it the other way. All sorts of dribble moves as he comes across half court, giving it over to Brown. Now Gaines in the corner, driving back right. Little hesitation. Goes inside and up over Holmes. What a bucket from the rookie over Holmes, who has probably a 4 or 5 inch height advantage on him. But a nice bucket there from the rookie nonetheless to give his team the lead. So now Holmes comes off of a Robinson screen, and they switch. And now Robinson has Gaines in the post as Love. That's not Holmes, that's Love. Good Lord. As Robinson had him, but he decides not to take the shot over Gaines and gives it out to Banks, who misses the three, and Gaines comes up with the rebound. He drops it off to Hart, who goes inside. Maybe fouled by Love as they jostle for it, but Banks comes up with it, giving it to Benningfield, who throws it up at the buzzer. Maybe had a couple more seconds to get a better shot or get it even closer, as it hit the rim pretty well right as the buzzer sounded. But a 1-point Apollos lead as we head into the fourth quarter here in Game 1 of the BSGL Finals. So here we are starting the fourth quarter. Hayden Oakley will bring it up for the Apollos. They have overcome they've overcome a double-digit deficit as he puts up a floater in the mid-range. No good. Banks the rebound, as the Moose still very well controlling the glass despite the deficit. As Banks is going inside, nobody got in his way, and he throws down a big-time two-handed jam to give the Moose the lead, as now the Apollos actually shooting better than the Moose. They really struggled there in quarter number 3, looking to turn it around here in the fourth. So here is Gaines working on Love. Step back for 3, no good. Farmer comes up with the rebound as it just did miss, and Mix will bring it the other way. Mix getting a screen from Farmer. He's going to go inside to Kellogg, who puts up the little mid-range jumper, and it falls. So all of a sudden it's a 3-point Moose lead and a very quick 4-0 run. As Hart, looking around, brought it up for the Apollos, gives it to Oakley way outside. As Farmer is very close to him. Oakley moving it around quite a bit with some jab steps. Farmer not being fooled as he finally brings it out. Little crossover, drives back towards the middle. Mix pokes it away, but Hart comes up with it. He puts it up mid-range, no good. Oakley rebound, puts it up, and again no good. So wasted opportunity for the Apollos there as Banks now has it, bringing it the other way quickly. Crossover over Brown is the mid-range jumper, and he gets it to fall. 5-point Moose lead. They have come out on fire here to start the fourth with about a minute 40 gone. Love now working on Gaines, getting a screen from Oakley, and Gaines right around him as he puts it up left-handed over Kellogg, and one. Look at the rookie roll as he has heated up a little bit here in the second half after a cold first half. And that was a gorgeous lay-in. As it looked like he was going to go up for the dunk, Kellogg met him in mid-air, and he changed hands and put it in with the left as he has earned this free throw, and he knocks it down to give them make it a 2-point game. What a play from number 2 overall. As here is Mix looking around, now has Hanlon outside. As he is defended by Gaines. He's going to drop it into Gilbert, who got a little bit of space somehow from Oakley. Oakley didn't see the pass coming in, and Gilbert hits the reverse layup to boost the lead back to 4, less than 5 minutes remaining here in Game 1 of the finals. There is Hart way outside. He's going to give to Oakley, who's now guarded by Kellogg after Farmer has checked out. He's driving left, goes inside, lefty layup, too easy, as he got right around Kellogg and puts it in. That's points number 15 and 16 for Hayden Oakley. As now here is Mix, top of the key. Going over to Banks at the three-point line. He spins right around Brown, another mid-range jumper, and that one rims out, and Gilbert tried to throw down a ferocious putback jam, but just couldn't come up with the ball, and it bounces off his leg and out of bounds, so it will be Apollo's ball. Some substitutions now for the Apollos. As now here's Hart working. Gonna find Blue way outside, who drops it right back into Hart, who elevates for a nice vertical slam, as he's been getting by Mix on a lot of these cuts and finding easy points under the goal, and it's all tied at 57 with 4 minutes to go. And Hart stripped Mix is on his way up the court. He's got nobody in his path. He's going to go and slam it home yet again. 4 straight points in about 20 seconds, or not 20 seconds, about 10 seconds for MJ Hart, as he stripped Mix, and now Hanlon is going to bring it up for the Moose. This game has been back and forth. Hanlon working on Brown. A little crossover. He's driving left. Spin move back to the right. Gets inside. Hop steps. Pump fakes. No good. Or no shot there, as he whipped it out to Gilbert, who was open, who took a step in and fired, but missed. And now Oakley, mid-range jumper on the other side. He had a one-on-one against Mix and elected to take the jumper, as Mix now has it. He's working as both teams trying to get it up and down the court quickly. Hanlon has it outside, as he's going to work on Blue, now bringing it back out, and they're going to find Gilbert against Hart inside. Gilbert, little fade away in the mid-range, and he missed it. He's been usually pretty money, especially with smaller guys on him, and Oakley comes the other way. Just grabbed the rebound and was in full sprint, and he hits a layup over Joe Banks to make this a 61-57 lead, and the Moose need a timeout. Hayden Oakley will win our player of the game, as he has 18 points, 7 of 16 shooting. So, of course, here in the finals, shooting numbers are always a little bit lower than usual, since defense is at an all-time high. Maybe a little bit more lax in the regular season, as Mix loses the ball again. Felder comes up with a steal. He gives it to Hart. Hart now driving inside. He's got Gilbert and Mix on him, as he drops it off to Oakley, who takes a couple steps, puts it up, no good. Gilbert the rebound, and the Moose now coming the other way. Mix gives it up to Banks in the corner, who is guarded by Blue. Mix now getting screen from Kellogg, giving it back up to Mix, top of the key. As now Banks has it again. Mix and Banks just can't figure out who wants to have the ball. He gets another screen from Kellogg. Another mid-range pull-up for Banks. No good, but Gilbert right there to clean it up, and the Moose continue to score on the offensive glass. 61-59 as the crowd goes wild here with 2:10 to go. Brown looking around. Going to go inside to Hart. Mix thought he had the steal, and it goes right through his hands as Hart throws down another easy jam. And it's a 13-4 run for the Apollos to get to this 14-point lead, or not 14-point lead, this 4-point lead. 2:07 to go in game one as we continue to roll. Mix will bring it up yet again for the Moose. So he's going to get a screen from Banks, as he didn't use it, now way back outside near half court. So he has Hanlon coming off a Farmer screen for 3, and he rimmed out. 3 balls not really falling for either team here, as Brown has it. Looking around, getting his team set up. As Hanlon is defending, he's going to still hold it. Now inside to Hart again for another jam. Mix is completely lost and is looking like a liability on defense, as Hart continues to score inside at will off of these screens. So now Mix getting a screen from Gilbert, dropping it into Gilbert, who goes up and is clearly fouled. Had Oakley and Felder all over him. They're going to pin it on Felder, and he'll head to the line for 2, and boy, do they need these with a minute 28 to go, down 6 points. As they looked so good there in the first half. He knocks the first down, but it has been the tale of 2 halves so far. His second free throw is up and good. So Hart will bring it up for the Apollos. A lot of pressure in these final moments, as he's going to go to Oakley off the screen. Farmer thought he was going to roll out for the fade, and instead he drops in for an easy jam. A great passer from Hart to find him, and it's back up to a 6-point game. Hart now guarding Mix. Mix gets the screen from Banks as he's going to go inside, little mid-range step back. Now pump fakes, gives it to Hanlon, who gives it right back. And Mix has it way outside. Another screen from Banks, and he's going to drop it into Banks, who finds an easy lefty layup. And it's a 4-point game with 57 seconds to go. Hart getting a screen from Oakley, and he stepped out of bounds. He got his screen near the wing, and he stepped out. So a huge break there for the Moose, and a mental lapse from Hart. As 50 seconds to go, still a 4-point game. Moose need a bucket here. Mix gets a screen from Gilbert, drops it inside, and an easy two-handed jam with some ferocity from Cy Gilbert, and it's a 2-point game. 42 seconds to go. Hart getting a screen from Blue, now dropping it into Blue for another jam. Mix continues to get bullied inside, and another easy jam from the Apollos to give him a 4-point lead yet again. Mix bringing it up the floor with some pace. He gets a screen from Gilbert, brings it inside, goes up with the left hand, and he missed it, but Gilbert, the rebound, goes up and one. The foul will go on MJ Hart as Gilbert gets a huge and one. As he gets it over Oakley, and Felder puts it up and in. McCoy really didn't have much of a chance. And a huge play from the Moose. And Cy Gilbert, as he will head to the line, looking to make it a 1-point game. The crowd silences as he puts it up and knocks it down. 69-68 is our score with 25 seconds to go now. 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Hart looking around as they're going to definitely hold, as the Moose may need to think about fouling here as he gives it up to Oakley. Oakley working on Farmer in the mid-range. Puts it up with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. No good. And Blue came up with an offensive rebound. Oh no, disastrous for the Moose, who have been incredible on the glass all night long, as the Apollos call timeout, as somehow Blue got in and grabbed the offensive rebound. What a play there from Blue. Felder now will inbound with 4 seconds to go as they get it into Hart, and who is instantly fouled, but still a second ticked off, as we are now at 3.7 seconds left on the clock. Both teams in the bonus with 1 timeout remaining. First free throw for Hart is no doubt about it. Straight through as the crowd gets up off their feet, getting loud here. As Hart's second free throw is up, and he missed it. So Gilbert grabs the rebound, quickly calls timeout, and they will have a chance to tie or win with 3.4 to go. It will be Banks off of the inbound. A 2 to tie, a 3 to win. Banks looking around. He's got to find somebody. He goes to Hanlon. Hanlon, a good look in the mid-range. He got it! He got it! Rakeem Hanlon knocks it through. Another huge shot in these playoffs, and now in the finals for Rakeem Hanlon, who has been cold all night, but a deadly shooter knocks down the open J. And now the Apollos just have 0.8 seconds left to try to do anything. Not a whole lot of time, but it is definitely not impossible, but they're going to have to throw something up quick. Felder inbounding, trying to send it away. Blue has it, not even close. He was smothered right next to the inbounder, and it never had a chance, and we will have overtime here in game number 1 of the finals. I thought for sure after Blue's rebound this one was all wrapped up, but Rakeem Hanlon sends it into overtime as Oakley wins yet another tip and now has it as he gives it off to Brown, and we are underway in overtime. As there's a quick pass out to Hart over in the corner, who now drives on Mix, whips it back out to Brown. What a pass, as he does miss the 3, but a gorgeous play there from Hart, and he's got to be mad at Brown for not making his highlight right there, as now Farmer giving it over to Hanlon as the Moose on offense. Gilbert now has it inside against Brown. One dribble, fadeaway jumper, no good. That has really not been all that there for Gilbert, as now Oakley giving it up to Hart on the break, and nobody got in his way. A two-handed jam for Hart makes this a 2-point lead for the Apollos. They get the first bucket in overtime as we are not even a minute in yet. As Mix lost it yet again. Hart now racing to the basket, nobody in his way, and another dunk for MJ Hart, as Shammy Mix has been getting destroyed by him all night. He has not looked at the same level as Hart has, as I can't get his name out, as now Blue guarding Mix after they switched on the screen. Hart now guarding Banks down low, but they're going to find Hanlon for three, who knocks it down off of that screen from Big Farmer. He had all the room he needed, and he knocks it down. 74-73 is our score, as Hart working on Mix yet again. He's going to give it into Oakley, who's got a lane. He drives over Farmer and Gilbert. No good. Some good help from Gilbert, who gets the rebound and now whips it up to Banks on the break. Banks now gives it over to Mix, who has Gilbert underneath the goal, finally whips it into him, puts it up with the right hand. Off the glass is good for Gilbert, and now the Moose lead by 1. A 4-point Apollo's run to start and a 5-point Moose run here so far. Mix now working inside. He's got all sorts of men on him. He gives it up to Blue. Tons of white jerseys around him. He's getting at least doubled as he tried to whip it out to Brown and turns it over. He went up like he was going to shoot and then decided not to, and it sails over Brown's head into the crowd. And now the Moose with the chance to extend the lead. 1:10 to go in overtime. Here's Mix getting a screen from Banks. As he drops it into Banks, it bounced off of Hart's back, and Banks with the awareness to grab it, and he still goes up and somehow gets the layup to go as he hits the deck. No foul is called, but a 3-point Moose lead is now Hart right around Mix again for another easy jam. He got the screen from Oakley and never looked back. 21 points now for MJ Hart as he's got his team back within 1. Mix, top of the key. He's going to get doubled by Oakley as now Oakley runs back after they looked like they were going to double and then decided not to, as Mix comes off a screen from Farmer and knocks down a deep mid-range jumper to extend the lead back up to 3 as he tries to get the crowd a little more into it, as with 38.7 to go, the Apollos need a timeout. This Moose crowd gets loud as the Apollos are set to inbound. Felder looking to inbound as the defense chance starts off the inbound. Oakley with a very contested 3, maybe a forced shot, as now with a 12-second differential between shot and game clock, the Moose have a chance to maybe put this on ice, as Mix, guarded by Hart, drops it into Oakley, who's wide open, as that's not Oakley, that's Gilbert, who throws it down, and it's a 5-point Moose lead with 22.7 seconds remaining. So Felder to inbound yet again. Apollos definitely need a quick bucket, whether it be a 2 or 3. They need to put some points on the board here, as Blue has a good mid-range look, no good. Farmer the rebound, he gives it to Gilbert, and Hart finally gets the foul off, as it will. There's only 16.3 left. Moose not quite in the bonus. The Apollos are going to have to continue to foul, as now with the press on, they get it into Gilbert, who is fouled by Felder. He will head to the line. First free throw up and good, and listen to the MVP chants from the crowd as Gilbert knocks down yet another one, as the crowd absolutely loving him, as it's looking like they're going to win their first finals game. Blue putting up a 3. It's no good. Farmer with the rebound gives it to Gilbert to let him dribble it out, as the Moose are going to win game number 1 here in the BSGL Finals. As listen to the crowd go wild. They win this absolute thriller. Didn't look like they had a chance when Blue grabbed that rebound. They were dominant in the first half. Kind of blew it in the third quarter. And after a miracle of a shot from Rakeem Hanlon, they win this one in overtime. I'll see you guys all in the box score. So that will do it for game number 1 here in the BSGL Finals. Let's go ahead and check out our box score. Cy Gilbert with 51 points, 19 rebounds, and 7 assists. A great field goal percentage of 21 of 34. Vernon Farmer was 9 of 9, did not miss a shot from the floor or the free throw line. Had 21 points, 22 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds, 20 points, and 7 for Banks, who was kind of doing really well after I said he didn't hit anything, or after I said he was kind of quiet in about the second quarter. 10 of 19 for him, 15 points for Hanlon, who only hit 5 shots, but they were all 5 pretty big shots. So he was 5 of 19 with 15 points, 9 for Kellogg off the bench, so he had some good numbers. 7 for Holmes, who was just 2 of 9, 6 points for Mix, but 19 assists for Shammy Mix. Just took 5 shots, had 5 turnovers, and they were all pretty costly. But still 2 blocks, 2 steals, and not a bad game from Mix. who maybe just needs to take a couple more shots, as then Love and Benningfield both with 4 and 5 for Robinson. As for the Apollos, 36 points for MJ Hart. He didn't even take a 3, but he was 17 of 22 with 3 steals. As 35 for Oakley with 19 rebounds, and Blue, who was probably the only reason they weren't down by 20 at halftime, had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. He was 12 of 20. Carson Gaines, the rookie, was 6 of 19, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. He got some big-time strips inside. 9 points for Appling and Felder, and then 12 assists for Brown, who did not score despite being in the starting lineup. As the big key here is look at the Apollos. They only had, 6 people score points, as the Moose got points from dang near everybody. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 15, 20, 20, and 51. I mean, that is despite, I mean, obviously Gilbert led the way with his 51, but a nice team effort from the Moose, especially just in the assist numbers too. They had 19 from Mix. Just ridiculous. Because once again, the big story here was rebounds. Offensive rebounds for the Moose with 19, just 6 for the Apollos, and 33 for the defensive rebounds, and 51 for the Moose, but 11 steals for the Apollos and 7 blocks. They definitely played better defense. 13 turnovers for the Moose. For the Apollos, 6 definitely does not get it done, as obviously they didn't ever lead by 22, but the stats do double. As more assists for the Moose, more bench points for the Moose, no second chance points for the Apollos. That's got to be a huge reason they lost. 21 for the Moose. So the Apollos actually scored more points in the paint and on the break, scored a lot more on the break. Some stellar free throw shooting from both teams. Both teams shot 22% from 3, even though the Moose shot 2, or the Moose shot 9, and the Apollos shot 23. Both teams shot the ball pretty well from the floor as well. But that will do it for Game 1 of the BSGL Finals. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will wrap up this finals in the next video. I'm sure we'll sim like 2 and 3 and then highlights for whatever other games we need. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time. Bye-bye.